What would the world have been like if Cain had not killed Abel? On the path of peace forged by Cain and Abel, humanity built Enoch, the seed of a civilization based on justice, knowledge, and culture. Overcoming adversities through unity, they reached an era of prosperity and sustainability, turning their gaze towards the cosmos. Space exploration became the new horizon, carrying the values of cooperation and respect beyond Earth. This is the essence of our odyssey, an eternal journey of overcoming and exploration. In the arid and vast lands that stretched beyond Eden, an internal conflict consumed Cain. Envy and resentment towards his brother Abel coiled in his heart like venomous snakes, threatening to unleash a storm of violence that could have marked the end of fraternity. Each time Abel brought his offerings to the altar and saw how they were received with divine pleasure, Cain felt even more marginalized, his soul darkened by clouds of bitterness. However, in this alternate universe, a ray of light penetrated that darkness, offering Cain a chance for redemption. Cain's struggle was not only against his brother, but also against the darkest part of himself. Sleepless nights found him wandering alone, torn between the thirst for vengeance and the longing for peace. On one of those solitary walks, Cain found himself at the top of a hill, staring at the stars, seeking answers in the vast silence of the sky. It was then that a profound realization struck him. Violence would only beget more violence, and the shedding of his brother's blood would only deepen his torment. Taking a deep breath, Cain decided that would change the course of human history. Instead of succumbing to his darkest impulses, he chose a path of resistance and reconciliation. He returned home with renewed determination, one that would forge a new destiny for him and his brother. At dawn, Cain approached Abel with an offer of peace, an extension of the hand that was both a plea for forgiveness and an invitation to start anew. His words, though hesitant at first, were sincere and reflected deep introspection. "Brother," he began, his voice tinged with a vulnerability Abel had never heard before. "I have been lost in darkness, but now I seek the light. Could we, perhaps, find a new path together?" Cain's decision to set aside his envy marked the beginning of a transformed relationship, based on mutual respect and the shared desire to forge a different future. This act of courage and humility was the first step towards an alliance that would change the destiny of their lineage and humanity itself. Abel's acceptance of Cain's offer was the first thread of light at the dawn of their renewed relationship. With the weight of Cain's words still resonating in the air, both brothers embarked on a journey of reconciliation, marked by a symbolic act of unity and commitment. On the land that had witnessed their disagreements, they decided to seal their promise of mutual support and protection under a sky that stretched vast and unchangeable above them. The ceremony was simple but deeply meaningful. They cut their palms with a sharp stone, mixing their blood over the fertile soil they had both cultivated in different but complementary ways. This act, the blood pact, not only symbolized the healing of their relationship but also the recognition of the unique value each brought to their family and the world. "May this land, nourished by our shared blood, bear witness to our promise," declared Cain, his voice firm and filled with new hope. "Together, we will face whatever comes, as brothers and as equals." This pact revitalized their collaboration, leading them to integrate agriculture and livestock farming in innovative ways. Cain, with his knowledge of the land, and Abel, with his affinity for animals, worked together to implement agricultural practices that improved soil fertility and increased the productivity of their fields and flocks. The combination of their efforts strengthened their bond and brought prosperity and abundance to their surroundings, laying the foundations for a prosperous future. This era of unprecedented cooperation brought about a flourishing of life in their lands. Together, they experimented with crops, crop rotation, and grazing techniques that maximized the harmony between the land and the animals. Their success resonated in the surrounding communities, inspiring others to adopt similar methods. The transformation of Cain and Abel, from rivals to allies, became a powerful testimony to the power of forgiveness and collaboration. Their pact, more than a mere agreement between two brothers, stood as a beacon of hope for their family and for future generations, demonstrating that even the deepest divisions can be overcome through understanding and joint effort. This union marked not only the birth of a lasting alliance but also the beginning of a new era for humanity, an era of limitless possibilities and fulfilled promises. Inspired by the strength and success of their alliance, Cain and Abel embarked on the most ambitious project of their time, the construction of a city that would reflect their shared unity and prosperity. They would name it Enoch, in honor of Cain's first son, a living tribute to the new generation and the bright future that awaited them. Enoch would stand not only as a home for their growing family but as a beacon of civilization, a model of peaceful coexistence and cooperation. The construction of Enoch was a monumental effort, requiring the collaboration not only of Cain and Abel but of their entire community. With each stone placed and each structure erected, the bonds of their society were woven more tightly. The city's planning reflected principles of equality and sustainability. Streets were designed to facilitate access and mobility, while green areas and public spaces invited the community to gather and share. As Enoch grew, so did its innovations. Irrigation systems brought from the field improved water use efficiency, while adopted construction techniques ensured the durability of the buildings. The city became a melting pot of ideas, where both inherited knowledge and new discoveries were valued. At the heart of Enoch was the market, a place of exchange not only of goods but of cultures and ideas. Here, farmers and livestock farmers, artisans, and traders shared the fruits of their labor, promoting a sense of interdependence and mutual respect. This vibrant space became the symbol of Enoch's prosperity and diversity, a testimony to what humanity could achieve when working together towards common goals. The foundation of Enoch marked the beginning of a new era in human history, an era of collaboration and progress. Under the leadership of Cain and Abel, the city thrived, becoming a model for other communities. The vision that was once only a shared dream by two brothers is now a living reality, a place where peace and cooperation were the cornerstones of a flourishing society. Enoch was not simply a home for its inhabitants but a testimony to the transformative power of fraternity, vision, and hard work. With Enoch firmly established as a beacon of civilization, the attention of its founders turned to the development of structures that would ensure its durability and prosperity. Cain and Abel, aware that the heart of a vibrant and sustainable society lies in its institutions, dedicated themselves to creating systems that promoted justice, knowledge, and culture. These pillars would be the foundation upon which Enoch's legacy would be built, influencing not only its current citizens but also future generations. The first pillar was justice. With the growing population and the complexity of community life, it was imperative to establish a system that mediated disputes and guaranteed equitable treatment for all. A council was formed, composed of respected community members, charged with listening to and resolving conflicts according to principles of fairness and compassion. This council not only served as a court but was also dedicated to creating laws that reflected the values and needs of Enoch's society. The second pillar focused on education and knowledge. Cain and Abel firmly believed that the progress of a civilization depended on its investment in young minds. Therefore, they established Enoch's first school, a place where children could learn not only practical skills like agriculture, livestock farming, and craftsmanship, but also studies of language, mathematics, and the stars. This holistic approach aimed to foster both intellectual curiosity and civic responsibility among the youth, preparing them to contribute meaningfully to their community. The third pillar was culture. Recognizing that a society flourishes not only through its economic and technological achievements but also through artistic expression and the celebration of its heritage, Cain and Abel encouraged the creation of spaces for the arts. Theaters, galleries, and public squares adorned Enoch, serving as stages for festivals, theatrical performances, and art exhibitions that celebrated human diversity and creativity. These cultural manifestations reinforced the social fabric of Enoch, uniting its inhabitants through shared experiences and a common appreciation for beauty and expression. Together, These pillars, justice, education, and culture, formed the core of Enoch's society. Under their influence, the city thrived, becoming a living testament to what is possible when a community is dedicated to promoting collective well-being, the pursuit of knowledge, and the celebration of its identity. Cain and Abel, once divided by envy and conflict, now saw their shared vision realized, a society that, at its heart, valued and cultivated the best of human nature. With Enoch as a model of a prosperous and harmonious society, humanity began to look beyond the city's limits. Inspired by the success and ideals of Enoch, the descendants of Cain and Abel, along with other inhabitants, felt the call to expansion. This impulse did not stem from a need for conquest or resource scarcity, but from the desire to share and extend the principles that had made Enoch a place of peace and prosperity. Expeditions were carefully organized, not only to explore and establish new communities but also to ensure that the values of justice, education, and culture remained as fundamental pillars in each new settlement. The pioneers carried with them not only tools and supplies, but also the knowledge and traditions that had enriched Enoch. Thus, each new community became a reflection of Enoch's principles, adapted to the peculiarities of its environment. These new communities strove to interact respectfully with the original inhabitants of the lands they explored, sharing knowledge and cultures in an exchange that benefited all parties. The expansion was conducted with an awareness of the human impact on the environment, seeking ways of living that were sustainable and in harmony with nature. As the communities grew, so did the trade and communication networks between them, strengthening humanity's unity through diversity. These networks allowed for the flow not only of goods but also of ideas, reinforcing the shared commitment to Enoch's values. Collaboration between communities led to advances in technology, medicine, and philosophy, improving everyone's lives. The legacy of Cain and Abel, once marked by conflict and reconciliation, is now extended through generations and geographies, a testament to the transformative power of fraternity and cooperation. Humanity's expansion, guided by the ideals of Enoch, was not just territorial growth but a flourishing of human civilization in its quest for a more just, educated, and culturally rich world. This phase of expansion marked a period of exploration and discovery, where the human spirit strived to reach its fullest potential. Through the spread of its foundational principles, Cain and Abel's teachings became the basis of a lasting legacy, one that promoted peace, mutual understanding, and a deep appreciation for the diversity and richness of the human and natural world. Despite the firm commitment of human communities to the ideals of peace and cooperation inherited from Enoch, they soon faced their first major challenge. Expansion and growth brought previously unknown complexities and tensions. A dispute emerged in a border region, where two communities found themselves in disagreement over the use of an essential natural resource. This conflict threatened to undo the bonds of brotherhood and unity that had characterized humanity up to that point. The teachings of Cain and Abel on resolving conflicts without violence were put to the test. The leaders of both communities, aware of their founders' history and eager not to repeat past mistakes, opted to seek a solution that reflected the values that had allowed their civilization to thrive. Instead of yielding to confrontation, they invited mediators from Enoch, guardians of the original wisdom, to assist them in finding a fair compromise. The mediators arrived with an innovative proposal: the creation of a shared management system for the disputed resource, which would resolve the immediate conflict and serve as a model for resolving future disputes. This system would be based on principles of equity, sustainability, and mutual benefit, ensuring that the resource was used in a way that met the needs of both communities without compromising its future availability. The negotiation process was arduous, as it required both parties to overcome distrust and fear. However, guided by the spirit of dialogue and compromise, and remembering the legacy of reconciliation left by their ancestors, they managed to reach an agreement. This agreement resolved the conflict and strengthened the relationship between the communities, demonstrating that challenges could become opportunities to reaffirm their unity and resilience. The successful resolution of this first conflict marked a crucial moment in human history. It became a testament to the human capacity to overcome differences through cooperation and constructive dialogue. More importantly, it reinforced the belief in Enoch's foundational principles as a guide for peaceful coexistence. This episode taught human communities that, in the face of challenges, returning to their roots and shared values was the surest path to harmony and continuous progress. The peaceful resolution of the first significant conflict between communities marked the beginning of an unprecedented era in human history. This period, known as the Golden Age, witnessed lasting peace, a flourishing of culture, and significant advances in science and technology. The wisdom and principles established by Cain and Abel, and perpetuated by the foundation and expansion of Enoch, became the cornerstone of this global renaissance. During the Golden Age, humanity experienced a profound intellectual and spiritual awakening. The schools of Enoch and other communities became centers of advanced learning, where teachers and students from different parts of the world exchanged knowledge. Revolutionary discoveries were made in fields such as medicine, astronomy, engineering, and philosophy. These advances not only improved the quality of life for people but also expanded their understanding of the universe and their place within it. Culture, in all its forms, has reached new levels of expression and beauty. Artists, poets, and musicians found inspiration in the peace and harmony that reigned, creating works that celebrated human unity and the diversity of experience. Festivities and ceremonies that honored both local traditions and collective achievements became significant gathering events, fostering a sense of belonging and shared pride. Respect for nature, a fundamental value inherited from the times of Cain and Abel, led to the implementation of sustainable practices in agriculture, construction, and resource management. Human communities worked in harmony with the environment, ensuring prosperity not only for their generation but also for future ones. Additionally, the Golden Age was a time of great exploration. Inspired by the desire to know and connect, explorers traveled to distant lands, not with the aim of conquering, but of learning and sharing. These encounters further enriched humanity's cultural diversity and reinforced the bonds of friendship between different communities. This golden period in human history proved that the principles of cooperation, mutual respect, and the pursuit of knowledge could not only coexist but thrive together. The Golden Age became a symbol of what is possible when humanity chooses peace over conflict, wisdom over ignorance, and unity over division. It was a testament to the lasting legacy of Cain and Abel, a legacy that continues to inspire generations to dream of a better world. As the Golden Age progressed, a growing awareness of the interconnectedness between humanity and the natural world began to take shape in the hearts of communities. Inspired by the successes of their ancestors and guided by the wisdom accumulated over centuries of peaceful coexistence and prosperity, the descendants of Cain and Abel assumed the role of guardians of the earth. This new understanding was reflected in the way people related to their environment, marking the beginning of a movement towards even more sustainable and respectful practices towards the planet. Respect for all forms of life led to conservation policies that protected wilderness areas and promoted biodiversity. Hunting and fishing were carefully regulated to ensure the sustainability of animal populations, while reforestation and habitat restoration programs sought to repair the damages of the past. Environmental education was integrated into school curricula, instilling in young generations the importance of living in harmony with nature. Technological advances also played a crucial role in this new era of ecological awareness. Renewable energy sources, such as solar, wind, and hydroelectric, have replaced fossil fuels, drastically reducing humanity's carbon footprint. Transportation systems were transformed, adopting electric vehicles and efficient public transport networks that decreased congestion and pollution. The transition towards a more sustainable lifestyle was not just a matter of survival but also of justice. Recognizing that the well-being of the planet was intrinsically linked to humanity's future, communities worked together to ensure that natural resources were managed equitably. This commitment to sustainability and equity reflected the fundamental values inherited from Cain and Abel, reaffirming the collective responsibility to protect and preserve the earth for future generations. The efforts of the Guardians of the Earth demonstrated that a balance between human development and environmental conservation was possible. This new consciousness about the stewardship of the planet not only ensured the survival of countless species and ecosystems but also reinforced humanity's spiritual connection with the Earth, reminding them that they were part of an interconnected whole, whose shared future depended on harmony and mutual respect. At the pinnacle of the Golden Age, with the Earth flourishing under the care of its guardians, humanity's gaze rose to the night sky. The innate curiosity and longing for exploration that had led their ancestors to cross continents and seas is now directed towards the vast universe. This new horizon represented not only the next great challenge, but also the promise of discovery and the opportunity to unite humanity further in a common cause. Space exploration became the symbol of their highest aspirations, a collective dream that transcended borders and differences. The space program, the result of collaboration among all of Earth's communities, symbolized the pinnacle of human achievement and cooperation. Scientists, engineers, and visionaries from all nations worked together, sharing knowledge and resources in a joint effort to reach the stars. The technological advances achieved during the Golden Age, along with a deep respect for sustainability, allowed the development of innovative and environmentally friendly propulsion technologies, paving the way to space. The first manned mission beyond Earth's orbit was a moment of global jubilation and unity. Millions of people worldwide watched, holding their breath, as astronauts established the first human contact with the Moon. This historic moon landing was more than a technical achievement. It was a message of hope and a reminder of what humanity could achieve when working together towards a common goal. Space exploration expanded humanity's perspective, teaching them not only about the cosmos, but also about themselves. From a distance, Earth appeared as a small blue dot, a reminder of its fragility and the need to protect their only home. Subsequent missions to Mars and beyond led to discoveries about the possibility of life on other planets and the formation of the universe, challenging humanity to rethink its place in the cosmos. Space, with its infinite possibilities, became the new frontier of innovation and international cooperation. Space stations and colonies on other worlds were not just extensions of human presence in space but also laboratories for sustainable living and peaceful coexistence. The challenges of living in extraterrestrial environments fostered new forms of social and technological organization, inspired by the foundational principles of Enoch and taken to new heights. The stars, once distant and unreachable, are now called to humanity not as conquerors, but as explorers and learners, eager to uncover the mysteries of the universe and find their place within the vast cosmic tapestry. Space exploration became the next chapter in their evolution, a testament to their ability to dream big and reach the seemingly impossible, united in their diversity and guided by curiosity and the desire to unite humanity with a common purpose. On the verge of a monumental discovery that promised to further expand the limits of their understanding and capability, humanity stood at a turning point. This new horizon was not merely about reaching new stars or discovering unknown worlds, but about facing the challenges inherent in their growth and evolution. Space exploration, with all its promises and mysteries, has raised fundamental questions about human identity, ethical responsibility, and sustainability on an interplanetary scale. At this crucial moment, the lessons learned through generations, from the reconciliation of Cain and Abel to the founding of Enoch to the stewardship of the Earth and the first steps towards the stars, resonated louder than ever. Humanity recognized that, regardless of technological advancements or distances traveled, their greatest resources were compassion, cooperation, and an unwavering commitment to the principles of sustainability and justice. Preparations for humanity's next great leap were conducted with acute awareness of these values. Exploration and colonization missions were planned with the goal of not repeating the mistakes of the past, but of building societies that reflected the best of human civilization. This meant not only advanced and sustainable technology but also governance systems that promoted peace, equity, and respect for all forms of life. The spirit of this new era was encapsulated in international collaboration and cultural exchange between Earth's communities and the emerging space societies. The arts, sciences, and philosophies of different cultures intertwined, enriching the fabric of human society and offering new perspectives on existence and purpose. Looking to the future, humanity did not see a void to conquer, but a universe filled with possibilities to learn, grow, and share. The desire to explore was now inseparable from the aspiration to live in a way that honored life in all its forms. Future generations, born both on Earth and beyond, would inherit a legacy of curiosity, respect, and unity, guided by the light of the stars that once seemed unreachable. This new horizon was not the end of the story but the beginning of an even grander chapter in the saga of humanity. With each discovery and each new challenge, the commitment to the principles that had guided their ancestors was reaffirmed. The belief in humanity's ability to overcome divisions, the importance of caring for their home, and the responsibility to extend that care to the new worlds they would inhabit. On the threshold of infinite possibilities, humanity stood ready, with hope and determination, to face the challenges and embrace the opportunities of the vast cosmos that called to them.